When I thought about trust issues, I began to think about someone being traumatized. Okay? So my question today is, who traumatized you? Who traumatized me? Traumatized means subject to lasting shock as a result of an emotionally disturbed experience or physical injury. Our lives should not be built around always holding up a wall. Our lives shouldn't always be built around always looking out over our shoulder. Yes, I understand. The Bible clearly says to guard your heart. Yes, it says to guard your heart, but don't put your heart in isolation. And that's what many of us have done. We have put our heart in isolation. And now nobody has access to our heart. Nobody has access to the true us. Because when they don't have access to your heart, they don't have access to the true you. Oh, let me say it. When you have a wall up and when you are isolated, people cannot know the true you because you're not allowing them the time or the space to even get to know who you are. So when we use that Bible verse, guard your heart, God never meant it for us to be in isolation. We cannot use those two things synonymously. Yes, you ought to be careful about the relationships you get into. Yes, you ought to be careful who you allow to get in your heart. But it comes a time where you have to understand that everyone is not out to hurt you. I'm going to share this right now. 5 steps you can take towards your healing. Because I believe that God wants us to trust again. And not from just word service, but from a pure place. One thing we must do is we must be honest about it. Have someone ever hurt you and you kept it a secret? And that thing is eating you up inside, or a group of people hurt you and that thing is eating you up inside and you can't say nothing to nobody? You have to be honest about it. You have to, even if you have the chance to say it to that person. You hurt me and I'm trying to get through this. Number 2, very important. We have to forgive. We have to forgive. We cannot get past our trust issues unless we forgive. You have to forgive because it frees you. It frees you from treating other people how you really want to treat that person or those people. I'm going to say that again. Forgiveness helps you not to make others suffer for what you actually want to do to somebody else. You ever been in that situation? Come on, I know somebody been in that situation where other people made you upset or other people did things to you. And now you in new relationships. And now these new relationships are suffering for what the other people did to you. Because you didn't completely forgive and you didn't start your process of healing. So once you be honest about it, once you forgive, now you got to allow yourself a little time to recover. And it's okay, beloved, to take time to recover. You have to recover. You can't just jump into relationship after relationship because now what you're doing is unhealthy. Give yourself time to recover. Part of any healing process is the recovery process. I remember when I had my surgery, it seemed like my recovery was going to take forever. But it didn't. You know why I recovered fast? Because I allowed the wound to heal. I didn't keep messing with it. I didn't keep touching it. I didn't keep fumbling with it. But I allowed it to heal. So I gave it that time to recover. So beloved, number 3, give yourself time to recover. And it's okay. Number 4, trust the God in people. We are living in an imperfect world. So what you have to do is take your eyes off of people and put your eyes on God. Trust the God in that person to know that even when you do hurt somebody's feelings, they see the God in you. They know the God in you and they know he didn't mean that. She didn't mean that. Maybe they're going through a season of their life. So you have to trust the God in people and stop holding people to a standard or to a level that you can't uphold yourself. Because we are all capable of hurting someone. We are all capable. So what we have to do, beloved, is we have to trust the God. So when I see someone, I don't want to see the person as the person. I want to trust the God in them. I see God in them. I know they didn't mean it. They had a moment. Come on, we have to sometimes look at the bright side, see the good. That person, you know what, they going through a hard moment in their life right now. They don't mean it. Do we ever take a moment to do that, to think that? Or do we just say, oh, that person's just like the last person that hurt me? Which one? Which one? And it's because we've been traumatized. Number 5, get some help. Get some therapy and counseling. Get some therapy and counseling. It's okay. Now, I'm not saying this is for everybody. Some people may not need therapy. Some people may not need counseling. Some people need it. Some people need someone to talk to walk them through it. Some people need somebody to say, I understand what you're going through. Let me walk you through it. And I'm not just talking about therapy or counseling from a friend. I'm talking about from somebody who know what they're doing. Somebody who you can trust. Because nowadays, listen, I know a lot of us get overly spiritual and we just like, oh, go to church, be delivered. But how many of you been to church and you still got trust issues? So let's deal with it. Let's deal with it, beloved. Let's get through these trust issues. God can help us through it. Along with some of the steps that I said earlier. Be honest about it. Forgive. Allow yourself time to recover. Trust the God in people. And 5, get that therapy or counseling that you might need. Who traumatized you? I know. I feel some of you. You may not say anything back to me, and you don't have to, because that's between you and God. But just think about it. Who traumatized you? Who made you feel like you can't trust nobody else? Who made you say, I ain't ever getting myself in a situation like that. I'm never going to let nobody hurt me again. How many times have you heard that? And some of us, we're not getting the blessings that God had for us because we like this. We scared.